I gotta sneeze. Alright, let's try again. Allergies, man. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Caleb. This is ChatGPT versus me, week 5. And I may look like I'm sick or something, but it's just my allergies, man. Here in the Gulf Coast, the wind's blowing, and I have really bad allergies. So, let's do a little recap of week 4. Chat went 2 for 4, and I went 1 for 2 with a push. We're not going to count pushes as a win or loss. We'll just count them as kind of like tie, I guess. So if we push from now on, we count it as a tie. So what Chat got wrong was Chat picked Jets versus Broncos. Jets -7. Broncos just outlasted the Jets. That game was kind of slow. Bo Nix only had 60 yards and a touchdown, his first touchdown pass, but then the Jets just couldn't click on offense. 49ers versus the Patriots. 49ers looked back and healthy again. Not fully healthy without CMC and so on. But they looked good. They rolled, but they also played the Patriots. So Commanders +5 versus the Cardinals. Commanders. I really didn't think. I'm going to say it now that Jaden Daniels, I didn't think he was going to be good. But I'm proven wrong. He's doing great with the Commanders. So, yeah. And then Bills versus Ravens. The Ravens and Bills rivalry. It's always a 50-50 ball. But the Ravens came out on top. That was kind of a hard game for the Bills. So, yeah. And then I picked Cowboys versus the Giants. I picked the Cowboys -6. That's the game that pushed. They won exactly by 6, so it kind of pushed. Cowboys looked like they dominated, even though the score doesn't say so. The Cowboys kind of dominated that game. Dak Prescott 2 interceptions. Giants, they looked better, so I ain't gonna lie, they did look better. But I got Houston versus the Jags. I got Houston -6.5. I got that wrong. That game was a close game. I kind of figured it would be a close game. I was kind of gambling, like we all are anyways. But, yeah. Texans just outlasted the Jaguars. Jaguars kind of started to click again and looked like the Jaguars we expected. But Houston looks like the Houston Texans that we expect. And then I got the Browns versus the Raiders. Browns, man. Jesus Christ. Deshaun Watson. I think it might be time to hang it up, but because I lost to the Raiders. Jesus, that's all I gotta say. And then I picked the Lions versus the Seahawks. I picked Lions versus -3.5 versus the Seahawks. Lions dominated the Seahawks. Seahawks finally got humbled. And Geno Smith looked like the old Geno Smith. But the Lions looked like last year's Lions, and they played really well. So, granted, it was also in Detroit. But you gotta win those games if you're gonna be a contending team. With this week, we've only got 3 picks each, so it's going to be a little short week, probably a short video. So let's begin. As of now, ChatGPT is 10-5. I am 3-11-1 with the push. So, yikes. But we'll come back. We still got a long week ahead of us. So the ChatGPT picked Vikings -2.5 versus the Jets. The Vikings have been performing well this season with a strong defense under Brian Flores. The Jets, on the other hand, are struggling, especially on offense. Given the Vikings' superior coaching and home field advantage, they're expected to cover the spread. Yeah, that's probably the easiest spread pick. The only reason why it's probably so low is because it's the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. But I like the Vikings. I'll go with Vikings all day. Texans versus the Bills. They went with the Texans +1.5. Texans have been a surprise this season. Not really. Boasting a 3-1 record. Meanwhile, the Bills have had difficulties, especially on offense. Houston's strong run game and defense could help them with the outright or cover the spread. They went with the spread because it's a close game. It's a low game, but that is gonna be a close game. By 1 point. I do think the Texans win that game since it is in Houston, but I don't know. That's a tough game. I wouldn't have picked that game. But it's ChatGPT, they know everything. Saints versus the Chiefs. Saints +5. The Chiefs, despite being undefeated, have had close games and are dealing with significant injuries. The Saints, with their strong defense and solid running game led by Alvin Kamara, can keep this game close. So they didn't pick the Saints to win the game. They expected them to cover, which I like. That's a great pick. The Saints have been pretty good. They only gotten beat by one team, and the Chiefs, despite having Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Super Bowl defending champions, all their games have been close. So, yeah, those are GBT's picks. Vikings -2.5, Texans +1.5, Saints +5. With my picks, I went with Jaguars -3 versus the Colts. Jaguars could have gotten their first win in Houston, but fell short. Thank God. T-Law, 4 touchdowns with only 1 interception this year, but he is 65 for 122. He needs to be better accuracy. Jaguars need to help him out. Offensive line looks horrible. He's running for his life, and the guys just can't get open. They can't even run. So, but with AR questionable, he did not practice as of today. He had limited practice. This is October 2nd, I believe. Yeah, October 2nd. He did not. He had limited practice. If he plays, I think it's actually worse for them. Honestly, I believe it's worse. I like AR, but if he plays injured, he's been playing pretty bad. He has quite a bit of interceptions. With that being said, Flacco came in against the Steelers with when AR went out, and he looked like Joe Flacco of last year when he helped the other team out. Excuse me, sorry, I'm flabbergasted words. If Flacco plays, I do think the Colts will win, but if he doesn't play, which I don't think he will, I think they still go with AR since he is their star rookie. Give me the Jags -6. The Jags started to look a lot better, like I said earlier, and they started to get the ball rolling. They actually were in the lead for a majority of the game against the Houston Texans, but then the Texans wound up coming back. Next game is Broncos -2.5 versus the Raiders. Battle of the bad teams. The records may not show they're 2-2, but battle of the bad teams. They are not great. Adams also wants to leave the Raiders. Shocking, right? Not really. Nix is not having a great year. Granted, the offensive line is awful, and he has no weapons, but still, we got to be better. He only had 60 yards. First touchdown, but only 60 yards passing yards. That's not great for a starting quarterback in the NFL. But they are on a 2-game win streak. Raiders do have a strong defense. They really do. So I expect this game to be a lot closer than expected. The running game starting to click was Zaire White and Madison, and does Gardner Minshew play the whole game? If they start losing, does Aiden O'Connell come in? We will see. That's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on the Broncos -2.5. I think the Raiders wind up crapping the bed. Gardner Minshew starts sucking like Gardner Minshew again, and yeah. Aiden O'Connell comes in, but they still lose, hopefully. And then Dallas versus the Steelers. I went with Dallas money line. Yeah, I am a Houston Texans fan, but I'm not one of those Dallas sucks type fan. Dallas is actually pretty good. Steelers first true test. Ken Fields handled it. With that being said, Steelers have only played the Denver Broncos, the Chargers, and Atlanta. They played Atlanta when it's Kirk Cousins' first game. New offensive scheme he's looking at, and it's still not looking that good. Denver, you had Bo Nix. Again, second game, not looking great. He was running for his life. And then the Chargers. They look like the Chargers of last year. So, this is their first true test. Dallas is actually a pretty good team despite their record. They did almost come back against the Ravens in the second half. Yeah, they did lose, but then they dominated Dallas. They dominated the Giants last week. So, I went with Dallas. Dak Prescott's looking great. CeeDee Lamb is looking like CeeDee Lamb. Justin Fields, does he play the whole game? We'll see. We will see. Despite that, those are my picks. Dallas money line, Broncos -2.5, Jaguars -3. Let me know if y'all are fading. Let me know if y'all are telling. Which one are y'all telling ChatGPT? They do have the better record, so I would not freaking hold it against you. They are positive right now, but I'm coming back. So, again, check out my other videos. We had the top composite get posted finally. Sorry about the long wait. We do have a score treat for a Halloween little special coming up. And I think we'll have a soccer video coming up too pretty soon. So, check out those other videos. Also, we have college football week 6 coming up this week. And that's actually looking a lot closer. See y'all later, guys.